last couple times I've tried this. Abysmal. Like day 40 and got just decimated because of just stupid things on my own part. Where I've gone, like had whole camps where it's been like, what do they call like monkey huts and stuff like that? And a whole island with 5 or 6 of those and spiders everywhere, and then just making a poor decision to actually pick up an item that whacked like a tier 3 spiders. So, give it another shot here soon. Hello, parrot. Here we go. Let's do the tip. Grab and go. I really haven't played this game like off and on, whether it's been like Don't Starve Together or just Rain of Giants. I played this game so long ago that it kind of skewed. The reality is like this feels really familiar to the original game, like when it first came out, because you had all these like circular islands everywhere. It was really great. But you weren't like traumatized by the weather and all these other elements and stuff like that. So it's like I really have liked this so far because like Rain of Giants had pretty cool. You know, it's like if somebody's kind of something casual, but I just feel like that's just a lot of effort. I don't really want to put in. I think for me, like this DLC so far, I've really enjoyed it. What I've found been really helpful to sort of play through the other parts to play it. It's sort of other stuff. Experience. Old is really, really what you need. Seashells to really solid foothold. Scream about getting gears on. I really like those just sort of exploration factors and having the option actually to just run around and just have a boat where they feel like going and versus the other ones where it just feels like you just kind of, I mean, literally you're landlocked. I think I really genuinely like sort of builder exploration games. Vanishes of building. The idea here is just live, obviously. Explore. So if you haven't ever played this before, Limpets, which is these things I'm kind of pulling off the rocks, they're really very good. So if you end up finding yourself really enjoying this and playing it for a longer period of time, it's really great to find an island with a few of those. Because what they do for you in the long run, even if you're just sort of a novice person, it's just really basic food. But if you play for a little bit longer, you've done something. They are a great way to kind of cheat towards things that are sort of meatball-y, sort of like the other. So, very nice. Great start. 12 seashells is ridiculous. I bet those kind of come back. They're kind of like berry bushes before, the same idea. It's like they just make it back. It's no good just staring at them. I'm trying to make something called a thatched path, so I need to run over here to this tree. This night's about to come on, so never played this before. This mechanic, besides the fact that you need to eat, you see you kind of run around. Up the ground, there's a few things when you see like little green around it, you can actually eat it, which is helpful. This is a really good starting out. There's all these little limpets on it, so like the coconut limpets here, these are things like that'll be really helpful. But I need to get wood because it is going to get dark. As you can see up here, upper right hand, there's this sort of like reddish area. It kind of looks like dusk on the screen. It's just my idea is dusk. When it goes to that black part up here, it's going to be that was like cartoon style. It's not too serious too. Half the fun. See, some of these trees are a little different. Like these guys here, they're a little taller and they have looks like coconuts because they do in fact have coconuts. That one versus the one I was standing by a second ago. It's a little bit smaller. So if you end up on an island later on, or you purposely plant trees, which you can't actually do in this game, you will be able to grow some food off these trees. So it's like people play painted giants and small version of trees. Alright, I'm gonna plop down fire here. So on the left here, you can see these toolbars here, and there's one that looks like a light. So there's a campfire, which is first light. One of the other things you can do too is you can cook food, which extends its life. Because if you just leave it back here to this little green element around it, will go down. So if you cook it, either over a campfire or some other element, you can actually extend its life. But I'm just going to grab this. So you can see right here, this is basically, it's a stomach. That's the element of the whole game. Don't starve. So there's a numeric value here because I'm running a mod, which I can link to later on. But if you weren't running a mod, you would just have this sort of this line. It give you a kind of a sense of like how much these things are worth. There we go. There we go. So the idea here is we want to get off of this island short term. I'm going to go over here really quick. Build the survival thing. I'm going to build thatch pack. There's other things, like if you're playing this game longer, you can build other stuff. That's half the point of it, it's just exploring and building. They give me a little backpacks, which is nice. So people who play this before will recognize this idea. There's the backpack, which is still in here. I have boatloads of grass here, so 420 displays. This island is. Played this a couple times, this expansion, and it is kind of not cheaty, but it's a very good food source. You can kind of see stuff out here in the water. I'm kind of hovering over it. It says seaweed. That's another food source. So once we get on a boat, this DLC is just really. It's been, I think, a little bit better for me. Because I like the fact that you can just kind of run around, explore, and there's kind of food everywhere. You don't feel like Winter and some of the other versions of the game really sort of leave somebody scrambling for food sometimes if you're not really well prepared, which is half the point of this game. The game just literally tells you nothing when you start. It's so cool for this age where it's upside down the internet, which is really fine. Try to figure stuff out as you go. Alright, I have boatloads of shells, which later on, if you survive here, are really good because I'm going to be able to make armor and stuff out of it. But I want to try to get off of this island. I want to find gold. Because one of the things in this game is the science tab over here. Early on, and what it does is you can build stuff that basically enable you to build better tools, more equipment. In this area that I just kind of stumbled into here, this is a jungle. There's things like flowers, there's berry bushes, mushrooms, there's food. Great, there's more trees here. The problem with cutting down these trees, and as I'm running around here, is snakes. One of the hardest things I learned when I first downloaded this and started playing around with it is that snakes are one of a couple things in this game. I'm trying to remember all of them. Things like stingrays, you think are just the natural world, just crazy things you run into if you had to live off islands. And some of them are venomous. And snakes, there's a type of snake here that just kind of, it sucks. So early on in the game, I really wanted to have these trees because it's just, if I get, I kind of hear one, I'm not sure if you guys can or not. Let's see if it's, oh, it's bears. So some of these snakes are venomous, and if you get stung, that's a red one. You see it right there? If it was yellow, it would be venomous, but since it's red, it's not. Seizure over here. If it was yellow, it'd be venomous, and if it hit us, we'd actually be instantly dead. Alright. These flowers up right here. There's petals from flowers. Down here. This dress, there's a little garland. Make it. This other thing we haven't talked about yet. This is your little brain meter. And eventually over time you'll be insane just because of night, you know, you get scared at night, things like that. And if you don't take care of it, it's pretty hard to deal with later on in the game, especially when it rains. It's another effect. It really just sort of damages that. So there's this nautical here. Not sure what I can build here. There's different boats. There's this junky little log raft, which we're just gonna we're gonna make because we have wood. Throw around. As you can see up here, I have another. This is another mod, so if you just start the game, you might not have this thing here, but there's pretty cool mods for this game. I don't think they're game breaking. I mean, some of them there's like map reveal ones that sort of they feel very cheating because half of the game is exploration and survival. So to just straight up reveal the entire map is. So what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of cruising around this raft because this whole world, I think I get tab. It shows you where we started here, and you can kind of get a sense of. We started around this part of the map right here, and you can just kind of explore and run around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to cruise around the coast and just kind of try to map this whole thing out. Boat kind of sucks compared to some of the stuff later on. There's like seashells as an example that we've been gathering. There's like an armored boat you can make, which is pretty great because it has a lot of life. Down here you can kind of see this little icon here. This sort of represents the life of the boat, which I know mod is just a number, but you'll understand over time it just kind of slowly comes down. Since this thing's just made out of wood and stuff like that, it's just eventually just going to deteriorate. We go whaling on stuff in the water, like get intentionally into a fight. That's also going to just really decimate its durability. There's things called like stingrays, not stingrays, but stingrays. Again, there's drop poisonous gas and sort of like venom and stuff like that. So it's one of those things you want to try to avoid. This is really shallow water. So this is important because it's close to land. So if you get cruising around and looking for other islands, this is the type of water that you're looking for. here and plunk down a fire. A few bits of wood here. Down. I said before, we're trying to look for places that have gold and stuff like that. The reason we're doing that is because it's going to let us make better gear in the long run. So let's see. We'll play through a couple more days here, and then we'll call it quits. This game always feels really easy when you first start out. They kind of generally start you, even though this is randomized world, so every time you create a new world or you die or you decide you just consciously want to start again, you get a new randomly generated world, which is really fun. So it allows for a lot of replayability. I mean, some of the games that are vastly more expensive, AAA titles and stuff like that, this is a godsend or anything, but it makes for a lot of fun if you enjoy this type of game where you build stuff and explore. It's just the fact that everything is always kind of new and refreshing. It's a lot of fun. This island is huge. Like, having played this a little bit, like, there's not a lot of perspective on this, but like swimming around, you can kind of see the little icon of my guy here. This, to be honest, is a massive starting island. Typically, when I've started the game, the islands are just like super small, and you basically can barely survive off. You gotta just run for your life in essence. This is a place we could like call home, just because we certainly need to find gold to make better tools and stuff like that to live longer. So we're gonna run into seasons. Like up here, there's another thing I haven't really pointed out. This sort of is a different mod, but it's indicating what season we're in. We're what's in like what's considered a mild season. Here, I believe, like down here, this little blue thing here. It's the hurricane season, which one of those, rain and stuff like that. And makes it a little bit challenging just because to move around it's harder because the wind every which way. And then it's wet, and that drives your sanity down. So I have, like I said before, I have this garland going on, so it's sanity up pretty high here. Completely OC that happens. The other problem though is that it leads into other seasons down here, like the green one, which I believe is getting the monsoon season, which is about as far as I've made it. I've made it to the end of the monsoon before, and that's crazy wet. Like that's just everything's wet, and there's things in the game that are called sandbags, and you can theoretically use them to try to keep the water out of your base. Which is kind of the idea of this. Is like a lot of people do this for a while. They will build bases where they'll slam down things once they build science machines, crock pots, which make better food, and refrigerators, which let you keep your food longer. As long as you can possible. Alright, we're just gonna kind of get into this island, gather stuff. Probably this little around here too. I'm really hoping we can find some gold, but I doubt it. There's some bears here. That little white thing there, that's a spider nest. If you go close enough, it will spawn. And the benefit of them is that we get in essence. And additionally, if there's sort of things that'll heal you over time, you can get stuff out of there. It's just everything in this game is built off like constructing another thing. So right now I'm running around. I forgot where my boat is, but if you hit tab in this, it'll bring up this map, and I'm just looking to see. There's a couple other things that I've learned recently, even though I've been doing this for a while. Is things like spacebar. It's pretty basic. You can actually sit and look at your controls, but you're running around the world like this seaweed is an example. Just roll it over and just literally hold down the space bar to help you pick stuff up. It's just kind of helpful later on because another thing we're going to run into is as the game goes on, you're going to get just randomly attacked by stuff. The regular game is called hounds. Here they will be hounds if you're on land. If you're in and around water, they're actually sharks. They're equivalent of hounds. So if you have dropped stuff, like backpack and make armor later on and stuff like that, if you drop stuff, you can actually hit spacebar and stuff. So it's kind of just a nice quick mechanic mode because that'll happen here. Oh my god, why did I do that? Why did I hit those buttons? The other thing I've also learned is the F key. And I have when I play this, yeah, even either playing this for a while. The F key is something that you can hold it down, especially when you're trying to potentially attack something. This kind of auto attacks, which is really, really, really nice because you can kind of, especially if there's two of you, there's another version. Won't start being everywhere. Stun lock stuff. But these are tides. This is totally different from the regular game. See, if I go plowing into them, get really wet. Now it's, if you've never ever played this game before, that's important because the wetter you get and the colder you get, the more insane you get. So if you go insane, you get these sort of shadow creatures that start to appear, and if you go insane enough, they will literally attack you. So they sort of manifest a real thing. Actually, I'm just kind of putzing around because I want to get to day 4 here and just kind of be safe. I have a ton of food. You can see all these little green icons here. Loads of food here on me, which is great. Makes the game very easy at this point. The biggest issue though is that I really can't stay on this island for the long term because I find gold. This is a coral reef. This is a really, really cool thing because here called actually mine is coral. What it does is, if you've ever played this before, there's a lot of people put fire pits instead of just putting a fire pit. You certain kind of pits made out of stone. And in this version, because there's 2 seasons that involve like a lot of winds, fires can get blown out. So the traditional sort of stone fireplace is kind of garbage, to be honest. They let you, they give you the option to pick one, but I really wouldn't recommend it because once you get even in the first season, which we're barely in the days of the game, but once you get about 20 days in, you're gonna get wind blowing every which way pretty much 24/7 if you do this thing called the chimenea build, which, go to your local card, buy one, amazing. You're gonna be okay, I'm totally moronic, just floating around here. Lights, I'm gonna have to sit here all night with this torch lit because I'm a donkey. So, but I wanted to get this coral because coral is a really key chimney. So you do need to have, like, I believe it's okay. So we go in here while we're screwing around, just stand here. I mean, as you can kind of see in this light toolbar, most people will make this in the regular game called a fire pit, but down here is the thing you really, really want to put. So we've been passing by sand piles, like you see them on the beach all the time, like as we're running around. We can't actually shovel this up right now, so we really do need to find gold because we need to make a science machine, which will let us have the ability to even make a shovel and then make sand. So right now we can get wood, and there's this other thing here. It's called limestone, and that can be refined into, this coral can be refined into limestone once we get a science machine. So again, we just desperately need to find a stupid place that has a really, but these are fish pools too if we wanted to. We could go clean up some of those spider areas, and we can get it's called silt, spider silt. We can fishing poles. But like I said before, this starter island we started on is really nice. Lots of food and lots of coral over here. But just simply don't have any gold, so we just have to desperately kind of go out and venture off, try to find as much gold as we can. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up right here. I'm gonna jump onto land here. Call it quits. Thanks for stopping by, and hope to see y'all soon.